Hey guys, Jarek here, going to be doing some more Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. This time we're doing some team deathmatch on the map Afghan, and I'm going to be using the M16A4 with the secondary of a SPAS 12. My perks are Sleight of Hand Pro, Stopping Power Pro, and Steady Aim Pro. So true story, this is my very first time ever using the M16A4, the M16 in general, in Modern Warfare 2. This is kind of invalidated by the fact that I did play a decent amount of Call of Duty 4, actually a lot of Call of Duty 4. So technically, I haven't used it, but at the same time, it's basically the same as it was in Modern Warfare, so take it or leave it. I did also get a lot of kills in my SPA stall, but I do find it amusing that my very first game with the M16, I do somewhat well. This isn't an amazing game or anything, but it's decent enough to upload, so usually what I expect when it comes to Infinity Ward Call of Duty is that I have to use a gun for a while before I can really start having some pretty good games because, well, all the attachments make the guns a lot better, especially in Modern Warfare 3 and especially in Black Ops 2. I know that's made by Treyarch, but just making a point here. That's something that also really does annoy me, because I shouldn't have to use a gun a lot to be good at something. When it comes to shooters, things need to be balanced. You should just be able to use any gun no matter what's going on and do well using that gun. This is a good game. A very good example of this is Rainbow Six Vegas. Vegas does a very, very good job of always having every gun being balanced no matter what you are doing. You unlock more guns, of course. Like, say, for instance, the base assault rifles you have in Vegas are... I remember the very first one is the SIG 552. I don't remember what the other ones are that you start off with. But the point being, the SIG 552 is in no way worse than the guns you unlock later in the game. This is good balance. You also get all the attachments and you can kind of change whatever the hell you want to, but this does not make your gun any better. It just makes it, you know, it depends on the playstyle you're playing. It really just kind of depends on what you're doing. Point being, again, the SIG 552 isn't any worse than the later unlocked assault rifles, and that's the way it should be. All assault rifles are balanced in correctly. So I don't understand why they needed to change that when it comes to Call of Duty in general, but they do. Something that does kind of annoy me, but either way, I'm here playing the game, so I guess I shouldn't complain about it too much. I guess it's what we all do. We complain about Call of Duty and then we go back to playing it. You know, my opinions about Call of Duty in general is that it's a fun game to play. It's not a game I'm going to really take serious. It's not a game I'm going to be like, oh, I'm so good at Call of Duty, and, you know, I do consider myself, quote-unquote, to be a hardcore gamer, although I absolutely hate that term. But at the same time, I don't play Call of Duty competitively. It's not a game I can really see people playing competitively. It's not a game that I'm going to take you serious when you say, I play Call of Duty professionally. It's an arcade shooter that kind of has some very, very big problems when it comes to balancing. So I'm not going to take that serious. What I do think about Call of Duty in general is that it's a good time waster. It's a game to play on your off time. I have fun with it. And, you know, it's something I like to waste my time with. And, you know, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with playing the game and having fun with it, knowing that it's a good time waster and really nothing else. And like I said, we're all going to complain about Call of Duty, but when the next Call of Duty game comes out, we're all going to go out and buy it, and we're all going to have fun with it, slash hate it, slash rage about it, yet still play it no matter what's going on. And whether the next Call of Duty game is Call of Duty Ghosts or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, I'll probably end up going out and buying it, although it is a little bit more beneficial to me, because, you know, I do make money off of the videos I post for Call of Duty in general, and Call of Duty generally does provide a decent amount of views in comparison to other games. Although that kind of depends on the time you get it. In my experience, because like I said, most of my money that I get from YouTube isn't really from my gaming account. I'm starting to gain a little bit more views on my gaming account, which I'm happy about. Which, by the way, try to spread the word about this account. I'd like to see this account get a little bit bigger because this is something I really do legitimately enjoy doing. Not that I don't enjoy airsofting in any way, but you get my point. What I was saying is that most of my money comes from my airsoft account, which is another hobby that I actually really do enjoy doing, nonetheless. But, you know, it's a lot more work. It costs more money to keep airsoft going, and this is definitely more, it's just easier for me to do than what I do over my airsoft account. My airsoft account, really, just to make one review on my airsoft account, requires a week worth of work. It requires a lot of filming outside, going back inside, taking that filming, making 3 different videos out of it, one of just plain shooting the gun I'm trying to focus on, the next one being of the accuracy of the gun, and the next one being a full-on review. And I don't do simple edits when it comes to the review. I do a ton of editing when it comes to that. So it really does take a lot of time, and the main amount of time it takes editing those videos is basically just stumbling over my own words, making a voiceover, which ironically enough, I do the same exact thing when I'm talking about video games and doing gameplay voiceovers. I stumble over my own words for a very, very long time, like what I just did right there. So it does take quite a while to actually do this. But in general, it's something that I do enjoy doing. I prefer to do live commentaries, but when it comes to Call of Duty, the only thing out of that live commentary you're really going to hear is me just yelling fucking shit and getting pissed off at people. Because we've all played Call of Duty, some games are just not your games, some days are just not your days. You'll have those days where, I swear, you will get every little bit of unluckiness out of that game. You'll get knifed from 10 feet away, you'll get run into a bunch of terrible games, people using one-man army and just noob tubing everywhere. You get a bunch of quickscoper assholes running around like crazy, so some days just aren't your day. And speaking of quick-scoping asshole, look at that guy, how skillful he is in this game. Anyway, I went 26-2, and just to prove this is the first time I used the M16A4 ever in Modern Warfare 2, I really didn't play Modern Warfare 2 that much until recently. Let's go ahead and look at my loadout, and you can pretty much see all the unlocks, everything I've gotten, the challenges and everything. Really didn't use it at all. So yeah, there's been some more Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later.